In Manila, there's not a lot of venues to show and watch independent films. In 2020, Sine Pop was created as a gathering space to support independent filmmakers. We wanted to create Sine Pop to be a place where people could come to contemplate. We weren't going for a particular look. We wanted to build something with a sense of humility and honesty. We didn't want to create a striking facade, so we hid the cinema behind the old house and the bamboo forest. We didn't want it to stand out. We wanted it to disappear. Honesty led to our use of concrete, stone, and unfinished materials. We wanted to use the material as it is and not have to hide it behind a layer of paint and tiles. In the end, this saved us additional costs. No more plastering or varnishing to hide the imperfections. We embraced the imperfections. My name is Justin Giab. I'm an architect, and I designed Sine Pop with my partner John D. De Guzman. The houses here were built in 1948 by the previous owners, a civil engineer from Luwag City. Originally, we planned on demolishing everything to build a bigger cinema, but later, due to budget concerns and by happy accident, we decided to keep the main house and build the cinema behind it. From the road, you see the old house, a curved wall, and the bamboo forest. You don't really feel like this is a cinema. We built the curved wall to give a sense of privacy and security. We wanted the cinema to be a haven for introverts. The intention with the walls was to protect the visitors from the outside world so they can be themselves. Originally, the bamboo forest was supposed to be a car park. Manila is a very automobile-oriented place, but we wanted to encourage the visitors to ride bikes, to use public transportation. We wanted to be a more pedestrian-oriented space, a more human-centered space. We wanted the space to have lots of natural light, so we thought of having big panoramic windows. When you enter the space, the windows frame a fallen tree trunk and the bamboo forest. Looking out, you feel like you're watching a movie. Before we started construction, a big storm hit Manila and one of the beautiful trees on site fell. We were sad, but also this gave us the opportunity to use the fallen tree as a bench. After watching a film, it is nice to sit here and listen to the sounds of the birds and the bamboo. For the lounge, we stripped off all the layers of old paints on the wood and took out the pieces of drywall used to hide the original columns. We kept all the old materials as they were, no more sanding and painting. Some of the wood still had nails in them, others were not perfectly shaped. The concrete column looked old and almost ugly, but we thought there was beauty in the ugliness. We aligned the door of the lounge with the hallway of the toilets to lead you there. As you exit the lounge and enter the toilets, there's an expansion and contraction of space. We wanted the toilets to have lots of natural light and natural ventilation. Inside each toilet, we have a small bamboo garden. From the outside of the cinema, it looks like one big concrete box. But when you go inside, there are openings to the sky. We wanted to give a sense of privacy, but the openness gives a sense of connectedness to the outside world. Despite the small area and the heaviness of the concrete, there is still a feeling of calmness and lightness. We also placed the basin under the stairs and opened the stairs up to allow more natural light into the space. The old house had a small grotto of Mother Mary, Our Lady of Lourdes. We moved her statue to this little space, which used to be a laundry area and also had a little garden. We wanted to create another pocket of empty space where people can relax, even meditate. And somehow, the bamboo seemed to be growing better here. The second floor of the old house is where the family used to live. We transformed it into a gallery and a gathering space before entering the cinema. The second floor to ceiling height was so high, so we kept this height. The height and the roof vents kept the house cool, even during summer. The windows were made of capis, a certain shell you can find here in the Philippines. On one side, a window frames the bamboo. On the other side, it frames a concrete wall. You think it's the neighbor's ugly firewall, but upon close inspection, you realize it's the wall of the cinema. You then find it beautiful. As you walk up the stairs, you see a large painting by Mark Andy Garcia. The painting tells a story of the artist at a certain point in his life. Looking at the painting feels like watching a movie itself. From the gallery, you enter the black box, which serves as a transition from the old house to the cinema. This is where the old and new structures meet, or seem to meet. The bridge does not actually touch the house. There's a gap that isolates the sound and vibrations from transferring to the cinema. At the end of the hall, you see a rusty metal door framed by thick concrete on all sides. After passing through this door, you enter another world. For the cinema, there are a total of 48 seats. We reduced the number of seats to below 50, so we didn't need to worry about too many fire exits and adding sprinklers. Our decision to use concrete was not an aesthetic one, but a practical one. The walls are 400 millimeters thick, which isolates the space from the sound outside. The walls of the cinema are made of common fabric, the use of inexpensive materials. The wall behind the seats is just fabric to allow the viewers to have a sense of comfort and privacy, and to allow the sound from the rear speakers to pass through without distortion. After viewing a film, we encourage the viewers to leave through the fire exit. I like the empty space between the fire exit doors. We adjusted the height of the cinema and the fire exit wall to relate to the old house. And we decided to leave this area empty to act as a congregation space in case of a fire. Sometimes, this space is used to host talks, small gatherings, and even wedding photos. I find that there are a lot of similarities between architecture and films. People come to watch a movie and get transported to another world. Architecture can help transport you to another world. Some architecture designers try to fill it with things, yet it feels empty. Here, we left the space empty, yet it feels full. I feel like maybe it's because the people who come fill it with their presence. These days, we're moving so fast. that we forget to pause, rest, and go within ourselves. Every time I visit, I leave feeling more at peace. My wish for everyone who visits is for them to leave a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more at peace, a little bit happier.